Bob Dorso, and I want to welcome all of you here to the 55th Annual Chairman Awards Dinner. Let's have a big round of applause for all tonight's honorees. You're beautiful, too. If you'd all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Angie.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Angie. Please remain standing. I'd like to invite Father Schmidt. Wow, that was angelic. Do our invocation.
You know, you do it every time we get together. You deserve a slap.
I'll take two.
Bob and I have been doing this for 15 years. This comedy act of teasing each other wherever we go. Let us pray. Almighty God, we give you thanks and praise for this night. As we celebrate those members of our community in the private sector, the public sector, the governmental sector, and non-for-profits who are being honored tonight, especially Jessica, Risa, Kimberly, Daniel, Barbara, Martha, Paul, Debbie, Brian, and the Woodbridge Elks. In a special way, the Woodbridge Elks are in a time of sorrow as they buried Wanda Tomaskowicz, a life member of the Elks. She passed away this past week. May she rest in peace. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Your Eminence.
I'm going to go to hell if I kill you, you know that.
We'll get you dispensation. Don't worry about a thing. Please be seated. At this time, it's my honor and privilege to invite Bernadette Solar, Karen Barnes, to come forward, and Irene Conti. Big round of applause for Irene Conti. At this time, it's my pleasure to hand the mic over to Bernadette, who will be your MC for this evening's festivities. I thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you all often.
We're having a line later on, so anyone who wants to come up and slap Bob Durso, you can just get right in line. No, I'm just kidding. We love Bob. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to introduce my coach here, Irene Conti, and I'm Bernadette Solar from Middlesex Water Company. We are delighted to be here this evening to enjoy our 55th Annual Chairman's Awards Dinner. Tonight we have some great honorees, and you know, it's really what makes the Woodbridge community fantastic. You're going to hear a lot of good information about what makes our business leaders great, what makes our community leaders great. If you just please keep it down. So tonight we're going to spotlight some very distinguished business and community leaders. And as I said, these are the people that make Woodbridge a vibrant community and a great place to live, work, and play. Tonight is about them, but tonight is about all of you who dragged yourself through really bad weather to be here tonight, and we do appreciate that. And today, by the way, is National Support Your Local Chamber of Commerce Day. Actually, so give yourselves a round of applause for being here. So at this time, I would like to thank our sponsors, our gold sponsors, who make this event possible. Please put your hands together for the Blends firm. And let's hear it also for Hackensack Meridian. So we're going to be acknowledging our silver and bronze sponsors later in the evening. But a few housekeeping details. You can further show your support, and I do this every year, but we have this event every year, and it's our largest fundraiser of the year. So we have a variety of things that you can participate in. We have the Chairman's Raffle, which was outside, which was a 50-inch smart TV, and that was donated courtesy of the Costello family, the Costello Funeral Home, a 50-inch smart TV. Then we also have a Coach handbag ensemble, which was donated courtesy of the Alasi contractors. And there's also a Ring doorbell out there, courtesy of Holly Church Doyle. So please participate in that Chairman's Raffle. Of course, you've seen the silent auction. There's going to be plenty of competitive bidding going on there, so we encourage you to participate in that too. And we also have a 50-50, which will be called later on in the evening. Now, a short program note for those of you who may be new to this event. In place of acceptance speeches, because we do have a large group of honorees this evening, we have created short videos in which they tell a little bit about their story. So we invite you to view these videos, and their bios are actually in the programs on your table. So please make sure you take a look at those. We're also going to ask our honorees to remain seated until they watch their entire video, and then we will announce them and call them up. So at this point, we're making a very unique presentation. It doesn't happen all the time. The Woodbridge Fire Department is required to maintain certain standards set through a national recognized code established by the National Fire Protection Association. The NFPA calls for yearly testing of their fire hoses, their fire pumps, ladders, nozzles, things like that, and many other items that are used in firefighting daily by our firefighting community. And so to perform this testing, the fire department needs an open, large area to lay out this fire hose. So each and every year, Woodbridge Center steps up to the plate and offers the use of their parking lot to allow the fire department to perform this critical testing. They also offer the use of their parking lot to the different fire districts so that they can do their annual pump tests as required by standards. And they also work with the Fire Prevention Bureau. With the cooperation of Woodbridge Center, numerous fire districts have had their testing done on the same day in the mall parking lot, so that provides a centralized location, enabling each fire district to save on the cost of this testing. I would like to call up John Golden, Deputy Chief, up at this time, who would like to present a very special award. Will Amy Bellisano please stand up? Amy Bellisano of Woodbridge Center. Now this is a surprise, folks. The Board of Fire Commissioners, Fire District 1, Amy, would like to acknowledge and thank the Woodbridge Center management team, led by you, General Manager Amy Bellisano, for their strong corporate citizenship. In addition to providing their patrons with a safe environment to shop, dine, and visit, the mall's continued cooperation with the Fire District No. 1 enables residents to have confidence that the fire equipment they use that serves their town meets national standards. Let's give Woodbridge Center a big hand.
I know there's no words, but I have to tell you that our partners in the fire department and the police department keep us safe every day, and this really means a lot. So thank you.
Wow. All right, thank you, Deputy Chief Golden, and thank you, Amy. Amy's also a great help here on the chamber and help with this event tonight, so let's give her another big round of applause. Okay, at this time, now we're going to start the actual chamber portion of the awards. You know, the chamber is such a part, a fabric of the community and partners with so many different organizations. So we're happy to provide our venue again this evening to our friends at the Raritan Bay YMCA as they present the Jack Cerullo Civic Leader Award. So for those of you who remember Jack, he was a consummate professional and who really cared about his community. And he inspired many people who are here this evening. So presenting this award tonight is Jack's family, his sons Nick and Mike. Are Nick and Mike here? We can call them up. And I'm happy to announce that the recipient of the Jack Cerullo Civic Leader Award is Jessica Guevara of the Dr. Herbert and Richardson School. Please turn your attention to the video.
Hi, my name is Jessica Guevara, and I'm an elementary school teacher in the Perth Amboy School District. I am a teacher of a student with special needs. I was looking for an appropriate field trip for the students in the self-contained classrooms, and what began as a simple field trip actually grew into an adaptive swim program for all of our self-contained students at the Herbert and Richardson School. In speaking with Samantha Haig, the aquatic director at the YMCA, she wanted to be able to have the YMCA offer something that would allow our students and their families to grow as members of the community. So throughout the program, the students went once a week for the entire school year. They were able to learn swim safety and aquatic skills, as well as benefit from swim therapy and water therapy. The YMCA, we were lucky enough to have partner with us throughout a few events throughout the year. One of the more important and substantial ones being the very first Walk for Autism with Dr. Herbert and Richardson School, the Community Police of Perth Amboy, and the Y. They had flags and balloons and a whole ceremony waiting for us with the Community Police, and Steve Jobin allowed families of our students to come in after the ceremony, get more information on the programs that they run, and really show that they're welcoming our students and their families into the community. I would like to thank, first and foremost, Mr. Steve Jobin of the YMCA for allowing me to receive this award. I am happy to be a part of honoring the tradition of Jack Cerullo, so I would also like to thank the Cerullo family for sponsoring this award and letting me be a part of this. When Mr. Jobin first told me about the award, I at first was like, how could I receive this when I know how many hands went into building the program and doing everything in the community with our kids. So I would also like to thank everyone at Herbert and Richardson School, the YMCA, the Community Police, and everyone who has the belief in our students that they can and should be able to do more.
Jessica Guevara, please come to the podium. Let's hear it for Jessica. At this point, this town would not be what it is without the leadership of our own Mayor John McCormick. Let's hear it for Mayor McCormick.
Thank you very much. It gives me great pleasure to be here today to congratulate the Chamber and thank you for our relationship. We have been very, very successful in economic development over the years here in Woodbridge, and the fact that we have such a great relationship with the Chamber is very important. When people look to come to town, they look to things like the Chamber of Commerce, and when they see what we have going on here, it's really tremendous. I want to congratulate all the honorees. I don't know everyone personally, but I do know most of them. Of course, Paul LaGruda, Mulberry Street, I like to call it the old Mayfair from when I was growing up, makes the best snapper Frances around and always is very involved in our town. Kimberly Zadigan, who many of you probably don't know, an art teacher at Woodbridge Township. She coordinated the murals in Avenel on the underpass. There was an ocean scene one summer, a zoo scene the next summer, a farm scene the next summer, absolutely gorgeous murals. But if you haven't been on Main Street by the bowling alley by Venezia Nolan, you go under and you see the bald eagle and you see the flags and you see the Statue of Liberty, my gosh, that is a stunning display of artwork. Kimberly is just amazing. So thank you for honoring her. Dan Dunn and the American Legion, always going above and beyond, of course, for our veterans. The Woodbridge Elks, I'm a proud member of that organization. I don't know how they fit all their accomplishments on one page. There are so many entities in Woodbridge, all kinds of sports teams and other groups from the high schools, from senior groups that have breakfast, spaghetti dinners, you name it. The Elks are just absolutely terrific. Then there's Walentz and Brian Malloy, who I hated growing up. I told this story at the Walentz 100th anniversary early in the year, but Brian Malloy was our family paper boy, a couple of years older than me. My mother loved Brian Malloy more than she loved me. And all she ever said to me was, look at Brian Small. Look at how handsome he is. Look at the way he dresses. Look at the way he walks. He always stands up straight. He went to St. Joe's, and he lived around the corner from me. And when he got off the bus, I think he walked by my house on purpose every day. And even after he got done being our paper boy, my mother still would look out the window, wait for Brian Malloy to walk by and say, look at him. You're going to grow up to be just like him. And now I run the town and he runs Walentz, so I guess she was right after all. I also want to thank two people that are being honored who are very, very vital teammates of ours. Debbie Meehan, our 5th Ward Councilwoman. I remember 6 or 7 years ago, we were looking for somebody to run in the 5th Ward, and Carol Orlick says to me, what about Debbie? And I said, nah, Debbie's too nice, she'll never do it. And then we decided to talk to Debbie, and of course she declined. She says, nope, I do too many things that wouldn't be right, I don't want to get involved in politics. And finally I appealed to her and said, look, Deb, look at all that you do now, and can you imagine if you had the power of the town behind you? If you're disadvantaged or ill or something happens, a tragedy, and you live in Colonia, boy, within a month, Debbie's going to have a pancake breakfast or a spaghetti dinner with the Firehouse team and the VFW team, and she's going to raise money for you. And she did join the council. She's been absolutely terrific. She's very, very active, and I'm proud to have her on my team. And finally, the great Marta Lefsky, I started working for the town. I started working for the town in 1992 as the CFO. Marta was already there working in the planning department, and she worked her way up and now runs the planning department for the town. If I call Carol my right arm, Marta's my left arm, and everything we do in town goes through Marta's shop. All the development, all the people coming in, they take the tours, they look around, they talk to us about their ideas, we tell them what we like, what we don't like, and then they start building, and it goes through technical review, and it goes through permitting, and it goes through inspecting, and everything is so easy in Woodbridge Township to get done when you're developing projects and you want to do business here, and that's thanks to Marta, Tommy Kelly, Tony Tort, all the whole team in planning, and everybody else involved. So Marta, congratulations, you're very deserving of this award. And finally, speaking of economic development, Tuesday at 5:30 at the Avenel Performing Arts Center, APAC, we have our annual Woodbridge Economic Development Corporation Forum. WEDCO, it's 5:30 to 7:30. We're going to show off our theater, show off our new restaurant. It's only $50 because Marta collected a whole bunch of dues, so we can charge less. We're going to have a couple of announcements about economic development, including another school referendum next year. So it's a great event to come by and network like you're doing tonight and find out more about what's great happening in Woodbridge Township. Thank you.
Okay, another organization, the Rotary Club of Woodbridge, Perth Amboy, is recognizing a member for outstanding community service. Now, Rotary started with the vision of one man, Paul Harris, and tonight we are pleased to present Francois Risa Kauzia as the 2019 Rotary Club of Woodbridge, Perth Amboy Paul Harris Award honoree. Now, we don't have a video this evening, but I would like to read a little background. Risa is co-founder and executive director of Action for Reproductive Health of Uganda and Woodbridge, New Jersey. Through her work with the World Health Organization, she has changed lives and communities of Western Uganda by promoting maternal and child health and by empowering women and girls with the necessary tools they need to meet financial health and their occupational needs. Risa connected the Rotary Club of Woodbridge Perth Amboy with international projects that provided 100 girls with solar lights that enabled them to study at night and thereby succeed in school. She has helped purchase a microscope for a health center and funded a malaria screening and treatment camp which screened 385 community members. She also partnered with the Woodbridge Chamber of Commerce, which sponsored 150 girls with personal hygiene projects for a year for each girl, and funded a program that empowers women by providing seeds for start-up farming businesses. Risa is a member of the Uganda Nurses and Midwives Association, New Jersey Society for Public Health Education, a member in good standing of the National Association of Professional Women and International Women's Leadership Association and the Women's Leaders Network. I'd like to call up Elroy Darden, Rotary Club President, to present the Rotary Paul Harris Community Service Award to Risa Kazia. Risa is making her way up to the stage. Let's put a big round of applause for Risa. Once again, folks, the bios, more comprehensive bios can be found in your programs, and hers is definitely one to take a look at, because there's some fantastic work being done by our honorees this evening. Our next award, let's see, are we ready for this award? Pardon? Okay, our next award focuses on the all-important collaboration between our communities, our businesses, and our schools. Now, this honoree played a very active role in the Paint the Towns Purple, which connected with Relay for Life, and she's been a pioneer for arts and is responsible for some of the great mural projects that we've seen around town. I am pleased to announce that our Business Education Partnership Champion is none other than Kimberly Zadigan of Woodbridge High School. Let's look at the video.
My name is Kim Zadigan, and I am an art teacher at Woodbridge High School, and I'm a muralist for Woodbridge Township. My role as a teacher, I see myself as a community builder to help students to be the best that they can be, and we do that through practicing mindfulness, so teaching students how to focus on their right and their left brain, that right brain being the creative side and the left brain being more as like the logic part. And so we practice different mindfulness activities. We write gratitude logs daily, and so that helps to kind of strengthen the left side of the brain and create a balance of the right and the left brain. My favorite part of working with my students is watching them grow, not just artistically, but through their practice of life skills. I am the Social Justice Club advisor at Woodbridge High School. After school, we get together and we talk about how to stand up for our rights and how to implement those feelings and those rights within the school. And so we developed Peace Week, And during that week, we set up a table and we create lots of bulletin board activities and some after-school parties to help students to feel as if they're part of something, and also to help them feel welcome and see that regardless of their race, whatever gender they identify as, they belong at Woodbridge High School. I get the ideas for the murals from Mayor McCormick. He, as an art advocate, reaches out and we develop ideas, so I always have a partner. So the murals that we created this summer were near the bowling alley on Main Street in Woodbridge. Includes a bunch of historical flags, but also an eagle and a Statue of Liberty. I created the murals with a partner who also teaches at Woodbridge High School. She's an art teacher, Rebecca Schwartzstein. This mural was a little bit of a different target audience than the past ones, and it was a little bit of a different challenge as well. It was a challenge in the way of having to measure on a crooked wall and make sure that every flag looked straight from far away, and it was a challenge of drawing a huge face and trying to make that face that was very recognizable as the Statue of Liberty appear as naturally as the Statue of Liberty as possible. Looking up close, it looks like blobs, but then the honks from the people passing by in town assured us that we were doing the right lines and that they weren't just blobs. For this award, I have a whole lot of people to thank. One is, of course, Mayor McCormick, who I wouldn't be able to paint murals without, and his whole team. Two is the partners that I've had throughout the past years. Like I said, Rebecca Schwartzstein, who helped this past year, Amanda Hatzakariaku, who helped with the past few years, and then the first partner that I had, who teaches at JFK, Rachel Rotella. Throughout the process, we had to also supervise volunteers who came from the township. And so I'd also like to thank the volunteers for their time. The principals at Woodbridge High School who helped me to become a better person and a better artist.
How many of you have seen Kimberly's work on some of the murals? Aren't they fantastic? Fantastic. All right, so now I'm getting the high sign to take a short break, but in the interim, I just want to remind you that 50/50s are being sold, the chairman's raffle is being sold, and the silent auction is going on here, so please support that and enjoy networking. We'll be back in a few. Thanks. Northfield Bank. Wegmans, let's hear it for Wegmans. And Dave & Buster's, let's hear it for Dave & Buster's. And our bronze sponsors for this evening are Columbia Bank, Grocery Haulers, Berkeley College, Bayshore Recycling, and Middlesex Water Company. Let's give them all a big round of applause. Right now, the 50/50 going to the winner would be $1,165. Let's drive up that 50/50. I think tickets are still being sold, so if I could have everyone's attention, if we can calm down. I know it's an exciting time. All right, so tonight's chairman's honorees have received resolutions from our 19th district offices. Senator Joe Vitale, Assemblywoman Yvonne Lopez, and Assemblyman and Speaker of the House Craig Coughlin, who was here earlier this evening. Is he still here, Craig? No, I think, okay, but let's give them all a round of applause, because I know Craig and Yvonne were here. And also the mayor and council will be honoring our honorees tonight with proclamations. And let's give a big shout out to Comcast Spotlight, who's also presenting each honoree with a lovely gift bag. So let's hear it for Comcast Spotlight. Okay, so our next award. This is an award that honors the humanitarian spirit, and it's named after our former chamber executive of many years, who was really involved in so many different causes. We're proud to say that the 2019 Carol Hyla Humanitarian Award is presented to Daniel Dunn of the American Legion Post 87. Let's hear it for Daniel. Now, we don't have a video for Daniel, but I would like to read a little bit of the bio. Dan was born and raised in Seawarren and served his country in the United States Air Force from 1981 to 1986. Dan, along with his wife, Pat, yeah, let's hear it for the U.S. Air Force. So Dan, along with wife, Pat, volunteered with the Cub Scouts, and they soon found themselves volunteering tirelessly for the American Legion. Before long, Dan was an officer, a member of the American Legion, and he would hold various positions before taking on position of commander, then was recruited at the county level and became Middlesex County Commander in 2009. He has developed training programs in the States. He became an instructor in New Jersey Leadership Basic Training, where the program helps American Legion members learn about the variety of programs available to help fellow veterans. Dan is the voice of Middlesex County at the state level. He serves as the Deputy Department Executive Committee Man and holds chairman and vice chairman roles on several American Legion committees. His entire family has shown strong commitment to military service, whether serving as Legion members of Unit 87, auxiliary members. Please join me in congratulating Dan Dunn.
He's on a roll. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, our next award. The next award recognizes a community servant who's been active in veterans, youth, and special needs. The Frank G. Pelsman Award recognizes an organization or an individual that depicts the true community spirit exemplified by former Mayor Frank Pelsman and gives above and beyond that is expected. Tonight's recipient of this award is the Woodbridge Elks. Let's hear it for the Woodbridge Elks. And let's go to the video to see a short description.
I am Hank Hart, the exalted ruler of the Woodbridge Elks, Lodge number 2116. This past April, we celebrated our 60th anniversary here in the township. We have about 335 members right now. We're always looking for more people to extend a hand and reach out and help those people that are not as fortunate as us. The motto of the Elks is Elks Care and Elks Share. We're very big on supporting veterans. Recently, we found a homeless veteran a job, got him to the interview, got some clothes for him for the interview, and he got the job. We're also involved heavily with special children. We take care of a building up at Camp Moore up in North New Jersey, and every year we're able to sponsor some children to attend that camp. We're big with drug awareness. Recently we donated some money to the township to support that cause, as well as getting grants from the ENF Foundation, where we supported our police officers and donated to the township $3,500 for vests for the police officers. For me, on a personal basis, when we have the veterans over at our building from the Menlo Park Veterans Home, we had them last year for Veterans Day dinner, and to see the smile on their faces, for me as a veteran, that really warms my heart. I think the most important thing, especially for the residents of Woodbridge Township, is if they're ever looking to do some type of fundraising activity for somebody that's ill, or they want to run a breakfast to raise money for their particular organization, they should always come down to the Elks and reach out to us, and we can see what we can do to help them. Of course, I would like to thank the Mayor's office, all the good folks at the Chamber of Commerce that come to our building, the people of Woodbridge Township themselves. We would like to thank everybody for recognizing the Elks.
Accepting on behalf of the Elks is the exalted ruler, Hank Hart. Hank, please come on up and accept the award. Let's hear it for Hank Hart. Here, we'll take a photo, okay? There's a lot of stuff. Okay, moving on. Let's try to keep it down a little bit. So small business. Small businesses are a critical component and major contributor to the strength of our local economy, not only here in Woodbridge, but in the state. Each year, the Chamber presents this award to an outstanding owner of a small business who has started or developed a successful for-profit business that's at least 3 years old. Tonight's honoree demonstrates a relentless work ethic, a passion for real estate, and a desire to keep developing expertise in her field, including property management and real estate development. Tonight, the Chamber is honored to present its Small Business Person of the Year Award to Barbara Sansolardi of Century 21. Let's look at the video.
I'm Barbara Sansolardi. I'm broker-owner of Century 21 Main Street Realty. I started my business in 1987, and this October it'll be 32 years. I can tell you there is no typical day in my business. Real estate is a continuous negotiations. Construction, I'm dealing with the different topography of the land and weather. And property management, it could be from a bursted pipe to somebody driving through one of our front of our stores. So it's never boring, and there's never 2 days that are the same. I believe the Woodbridge Chamber offers a tremendous amount of support for our business community, and I especially like the Women Leadership Connection and the continuing education. I would like to thank my father, my son, my extended family, friends, my sales associates, my staff, because without them I wouldn't be able to receive this award without their support, and of course the Chamber.
You know, a lot of people worked on this event to make it a success. While we wait to line up some videos, I'd like to ask the Chairman's Awards Committee to please stand. Well, the Chairman's Awards Committee, I know some of them are selling 50-50, some are working the auction. Will the Chairman's Awards Committee members please stand? I know you're out there somewhere. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, our next award, if I could have everyone's attention, our next award recognizes members who go above and beyond in providing service to the Chamber. This year, we are recognizing a member from both the individual category, an individual member of the year, and a business member of the year. In our individual category, I am proud to say that our 2019 Member of the Year in the individual category is none other than, let's hear it, Marta Darden. Marta serves in a variety of capacities. Let's go to the video.
I am Marta Levsky, now most recently Marta Darden. I am the Director of Planning and Development for the Township of Woodbridge. I'm now in my 32nd year of employment with the town, and for 23 of those years I've served as the Director of Planning and Development. When I started, I was the first professional woman ever hired to work in Town Hall full-time, and I came to the township just off of having received my undergraduate degree with a concentration in business from the Wharton School and my master's in city and regional planning from the University of Pennsylvania. I grew up in Monmouth County, but I like to say that Woodbridge is my adopted home. I've lived here now for well in excess of 15 years. And when I look at my life outside of my relationship with my immediate family, my relationship with working for the town is the longest ongoing relationship in my life. I've worked for the town for well over half my life. It's hard for me to believe sometimes, but that's why I'm so honored and grateful to be working with the town. It has been and continues to be one of the true joys of my life to serve the great people of the township, to work with all the mayors and all the council people, our current mayor and our current council. They are so dedicated and hardworking. It makes it easy for me to come to work every day and focus on creating the development plan for the town and focusing on the direction of the development for decades to come, shoring that up for forward movement. I would like to thank the chamber members, Karen and Nancy, of course, Mayor McCormick and Carol Ehrlich, the municipal council, and all the people that I work with every day who make my job look so easy. I would like to thank my very supportive family, my awesome husband, Elroy, who is my biggest fan and my best friend. So I am truly honored and touched for you all to recognize my continued hard work. So thank you, and good night.
Marta has served on our board of directors for nearly 2 decades, a very active member in many committees. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, so also, member of the year, we are also acknowledging a member in the business category. And once again, this member has been very involved with the chamber and His restaurant is definitely one not to be missed. We are very pleased to announce that the Chamber's Award for Member of the Year in the Business category goes to Paul Lagruda of Mulberry Street. Let's go to video.
My name is Paul Lagruda. I'm from Mulberry Street Restaurant. We opened March 2003. My partner and I were looking for a location to bring a concept that we were working on, which was like a casual Italian trattoria. You have kind of chains and you have fine dining. The casual Italian trattoria has kind of gone by the wayside. So we had this concept to kind of bring that here, and it was really risky opening up a new concept in a town that had a lot of chains in it, and now even more. And what we try to do, we differentiate ourselves from the chains by doing as much on-site as we can. For example, we make our own bread. All our desserts are made by us. We make our own desserts. We kind of brought an approach to casual dining that I think isn't there really in Jersey, which is a gourmet experience but casual dining. When I came to Woodbridge, what I liked about it was there's a sense of community here, and I really liked that. You can get on the phone and talk to the mayor. You can make a difference. You can be part of a positive influence. The chamber to me was essential because it's part of the community. It's all the businesses in the community. You want to be as active as possible. The businesses in the community that are part of the chamber really flourish, and I think that it's essential. I'd like to, of course, thank Nancy Drum. I'd like to thank the chamber for recognizing me. I'd like to thank my very good friend, Carol Layton, who's always been a real good inspiration to me. Her advice and friendship has been a benefit to me being in Woodbridge for many years.
Let's hear it for Paul Lagruda of Mulberry Street. As the mayor said, the best red snapper around, I believe, but the pasta's pretty good too. Let's hear it for Paul. Okay, we're going to take a short break, get to know your neighbors, and we'll be back very shortly. All right, when it comes to an outstanding corporate neighbor, we shine the spotlight on our next honoree, who has been doing great things in the Woodbridge area for 100 years. The Chamber's Corporate Citizen of the Year honor is awarded to a company for its voluntary contributions to the community above and beyond its business contributions. It gives me great pleasure to announce that the Chamber's 2019 Corporate Citizen of the Year honoree is none other than Willens, Goldman, and Spitzer. Let's hear it for Willens. Accepting on behalf of Willens is Brian Malloy, President and Managing Partner. Let's look at the video.
I'm Brian Malloy. I'm the President and Managing Partner of the law firm Willens, Goldman, and Spitzer, and I'm a native son of Woodbridge Township. This year, the Willens firm is celebrating its 100th year, and for almost half that time, we've been in Woodbridge Township. So the firm has had and continues to have a strong connection to Woodbridge Township. It's a great honor to be named Corporate Citizen of the Year. We have a long history with the Chamber, and it's the commercial backbone for businesses to meet and greet and to participate in their community and pro bono programs. One noteworthy program that was done recently by our Associates Committee in conjunction with the Metro Chamber, they organized a holiday program for the deserving children of Woodbridge. Santa came, they served dinner, and it was just a fabulous success. Also recently, the firm donated a tree to a senior citizen project that's being completed, along with a monetary donation to help the recreation center. I'd first like to recognize Mayor McCormick for his vision. He is a driving force in the organization. I think his fashion taste leaves something to be desired, but we won't mention that right now. But also members of my firm who have been involved in the Woodbridge Metro. Warren Willentz was one of 4 attorneys who were selected as Citizen of the Year. Warren was also one of the initial members of the organization. John Hoffman was selected as Citizen of the Year, Jay Zizniewski, and more recently, John Hogan, who serves on the board. So they have really set the pace, and we follow behind them.
Let's hear it for former Citizen of the Year Award, Ryan and the Willentz Firm. Let's hear it for the Willentz Firm.
Thank you very much.
Let's get you set up here. Nice folks. All right, 100 years, that's a pretty big milestone. The Chamber's most prestigious honor this evening recognizes distinguished service to the community at large. This longtime resident of Colonia has become an advocate uniting her community to help children and families experiencing unexpected tragedy. Please join in recognizing our Citizen of the Year, Debbie Meehan of Woodbridge, Colonia. Let's look at the video.
My name is Debbie Meehan. I'm the owner of the Corner newspaper, and I'm also a councilwoman for Woodbridge Township, 5th Ward, Colonia. My community service is based on the needs of the community. I do a lot of fundraising. I do a lot of spaghetti dinners for children that are sick, families that are in need. I also do a lot during the holidays. We collect food for needy families throughout Woodbridge Township for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We also collect toys. We send packages to the troops. We do a breast cancer walk, and I absolutely love it. And I love the community. I love the people there. I love to help people. And by helping people, it helps you. When Corporal Kevin Reinhardt, was killed in action in Afghanistan, I just felt I needed to do something really special for him. So I contacted the American Legion, I contacted the VFW, and we got flags, and we went to all the schools within Colonia because the funeral procession was going to come down Inman Avenue to St. Gertrude's. And I felt we really needed to line that street, and we needed to show support for our hero that was killed in action. And it was amazing what unfolded. We turned onto Inman Avenue, and the entire community had come out to honor this young man. And we raised money, about $8,000 to build a gazebo in the park, in Charlie Shaughnessy Park, in memory of him, so that the town would always remember him. And we do service there each year. And it was a place for his family to go. So I thought that was really impactful. And it was a community-based event that we all did together. There's so many people to thank: the American Legion, Ed Wagner, the VFW, the Colonia Fire Department. Anytime I do these spaghetti dinners, it's a lot of work and it's expensive to do them. And the Colonia VFW cooks for me. Choked up, sorry. They cook for me, they shop for me. I couldn't do it without the support of the community. And of course my family, who is, they let me do what I have to do and to help other people. And of course my girlfriends, they're amazing, and it shows how the community is and the kindness of people. And every single person in the community that either gave me a turkey or gave me a toy or did something nice to help the family. There's too many people to thank, and really by accepting this award, I'm accepting it for all of them because they're all part of why I'm getting this.
to Woodbridge. A few announcements. We just want to thank Floral Expressions for the flowers this evening, the wonderful guitar music provided by Joe Frame, CA Media for the videos, Jim O'Keefe for photography. We'd like to acknowledge the wonderful staff. It's pretty hard serving a group this large, but let's give a round of applause to the staff of the Delta Hotel. We'd also like to acknowledge the ladies of the Chamber who work very hard to make every event, not only this event, but every event, an outstanding event. So let's hear it for our Chamber, Karen Barnes, Nancy Drum, Amy, Cindy,